Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It with Latesha. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all of our social media outlets. So this month we are talking about health and wellness. In this episode, the goal is to talk about diet. So about that, we all know diets work if you work them. Let me say that again. All diets will work if you work them. The operative word here is if. And the best thing I can say about that, in my opinion, is to don't diet. Diet, in my opinion, is an acronym that I would say it stands for D is do, I is it, E is every, and T is time. So do it every time. I don't know about you, but that's boring, first of all. And secondly, who is actually in their right mind going to do the exact same thing every day, day in and day out? We all can do the same thing a lot of times for a set period of time and be successful, which is why all diets work if you work them. The problem is, what happens when you stop dieting? Usually you gain weight back, and a lot of times you gain back even more than what you lost in the first place. So what I suggest, and what I'm actually doing myself, is to not diet. Let's learn how to adopt and have different ways and different things to do so that we are developing better habits. Now, what does that look like? In terms of our work ethic and our work schedule, most of us have a lot of responsibilities, whether it's working a full-time job, whether it is being a mom, whether it's being a wife, having kids who are active, running a business. So there are so many different levels to what we are doing on a day-to-day basis. And a lot of times as a result, what ends up happening is that we forget about ourselves. And because of that, and because we are so active, we eat bad because it's easier to go and pick up something on the way going to work because you didn't have time to fix breakfast, or to go pick up lunch because you didn't have time to make lunch. Or you know what, I'm working late today, so I'm just going to go and just grab a bite to eat and then just take it home for dinner. And while all those things give us a little bit of convenience and ease, what it does is that it doesn't help us in terms of making sure that we're eating a healthier food throughout the day. So what I would suggest is, just like I'm sure you've probably heard many other people talk about, is to, if you can, like in another episode I mentioned, to delegate. And what I mean by that is, if you have a spouse, that you can have a conversation, talking about, how we're going to, if we eat out, we're going to eat healthier options, or instead of doing that, we're going to have nights in which we actually cook and prepare our meals. One of the best thing I can tell most people that I'm working on myself is to designate a day in which you actually can be able to prepare and cook meals. For some people, that day can be on a Saturday. For some, that can be on a Sunday. And for those of us who are entrepreneurs, let's be honest, we really don't have an excuse, because we plan our own schedule in our own day. So therefore, that day can be whatever we want it to be. But you want to make sure that you're planning ahead. So in doing so, let's say for the sake of this conversation, your day is going to be Sunday. On a Saturday, at the very latest, you want to go ahead and plan out your meals. It can be 3 meals for the week. It can be 5 meals for the week. It could be just one lunch that you're going to make that's going to last 5 days. Whatever you want it to look like, you're going to go ahead and plan that out. You're going to plan what those meals are going to look like, and you're going to plan on what the ingredients that you're going to need to prepare that meal. The reason why I'm suggesting to do this a day before is because what ends up happening is that if you wait until the day that you're going to designate to prepare the meal, I can say for myself, you're exhausted from just doing all the shopping that by the time you get home, you're like, I really don't feel like cooking anything. So again, it's all about preparing. So if you're preparing at least a day before, you already have an idea of what exactly you're going to cook and what you need to prepare those meals. And here's the other thing that will happen in doing this. You will begin to create a budget, right? So you're going to save money at the same time learning how to eat healthier in the process. So we're actually doing two things at one time. It doesn't get any better than that. And so now in doing this, what it's also going to do is, yes, free up more time. So while you may have to take away a little bit of time in your prep day and planning out the meals and what you need to actually purchase those meals to do your grocery shopping, and then the next day actually making the meals, now what happens is that 30 minutes or even that hour that you have for lunch, now you don't have to spend that time going out to purchase the lunch. So there is no rushing. You can take your time and eat a healthy meal and be able to relax and enjoy the meal you just prepared. So again, diets, they do work. They work very well if you work it. But again, what did I just say that diet stands for? Do it every time. Blah. We don't want to do that. We want to be able to eat good, healthy, home-cooked meals and plan to be able to do that. Again, this is your girl, Latesha Smith with Let's Talk About It with Latesha. And this whole entire month, we are going to dive into health and wellness. This episode was just talking about dieting and what we can do to eat healthier. While we want to be able to have a good quality of life, there's things that we have to do to make sure and ensure that quality. And one of those things is to eat a balanced, healthy meal. So thanks again for watching. We appreciate it. Please remember to always subscribe and check us out on social media. You can always go to our website at premiertaxga.com to kind of see what we're up to, what's going on, where we are, and more importantly, to learn about what our company does and what we offer. We hope that we'll be able to see some of you, whether it's when we're out and about in the community or if we are at any event. Also, please remember, although we're giving you great topics, we are always open to hearing anything that you would like for us to discuss here on the show. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.